Hari Om. Namo Namaha. Sarvebhyah Swagatam. Welcome to the class. Let us begin with the Prarthana. Guru Bhagati Guru Meva Bhaje Guru Neva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Shishurasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru Guru Reva Gati Guru Meva Bhaje Guru Neva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Shishurasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru Guru Reva Gati Guru Meva Bhaje Guru Naiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Shishurasmi Guru Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru. Today is our class. I wanted to tell you some detail about the bhavishyat kala, nich pratyaya, how it behaves, how it works out in the language. Today will be mostly my speech, but still I want it to be interactive. So give me just 2 minutes for whoever are present right now. I'm just trying to give them the access for speaking. Please unmute. Please mute yourself immediately as you get your mic symbol. Okay. I think everybody got the chance to unmute. So please keep to mute for now. I'll ask some questions, then you can answer. Okay. Right. So bhavishyat kalaha, future tense. What is it? What is bhavishyat kala? Please keep your answers. Let us give everybody chance. Okay. Tell 1 point, 2 points from your side. Not the whole thing. Okay. I know that you know most of the things. What I'll be adding is only value addition. That's all. Okay. So K. Sitaramanji, you can put forth your information about Lrit Lakara.
मैडम
आप लृट लकार के बारे में जो जानते हैं वो बताएं.
थैंक यू धन्यवाद. है ना मैडम? हेलो.
Yes, you are audible. You can speak.
What? Say about future tense, that is Lut Rakara.
Yes.
So it is sort of what do you call that? It is what will happen. That is tomorrow or day after. So like that. So it is about 24 hours. It is after 24 hours. So that is whatever it is going to happen, that will come under that Lut Rakara.
Yes.
And we have already seen that that addition of Ishya, that is Dhatu, we will add Ishya, that is for the expression of that Pratyaka, Lut Rakara.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Muralidhar.
Yes, madam, almost same. We have to add sya, shya, kshya for dhatus.
Yes. Okay. Amitaji.
Yes, sya, shya are added before the thing pratyaya, and for parasmay pade and atmay pade, we have lit rakara.
Okay. Okay. So Nataraja Pushpavanamji.
Yeah, The same thing, but in Parasmaipadi and Atmanepadi, there is a difference of ti and te.
Yes.
Anti and ante.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nanda Naresh Bhagini. Okay. Pragya Bhagini, had you raised hands?
Ram Ram, madam.
Yeah, Tamra.
Idu latlakara tarane ti saha anti irodu ishyati ishyatah ishyanti ade tarane barutte.
Right. Nice point. Okay. So let us go ahead now. Rajni Bhargava Shashrekhaji, you can answer. Rajni ji, first answer.
In this Bhavishyat Kala, like Pib Dhatu, it is Pribhati, but in Bhavishyat Kala, it will become Pasyati. So in many Dhatus, there will be a difference like that.
Okay.
Like Pashyati, then you have got Drishyashyati, Drakshyati.
Right. Good. Shashrekhaji.
Namaste, Bhagini.
Namaste.
I just want to add one more thing. In Atmanepadi, everybody said about Parasmaipadi. And in Atmanepadi, it's we add Ishyate, 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 Ishyante in Prathama Purusha to the Dhatu. And in second Madhyam Purusha, Ishyase, Ishyese, Ishyadve. In Uttam Purusha, Ishye, Ishyavahe, Ishyamahe. Slight difference between Parasmaipadi and Atmanepadi.
Yeah, the terminations you have added. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, Jay Shri Bhagini.
Namaste. Actually, I don't have to add anything, but I have a question regarding your Lut Lakar, which is Anadyatan Bhavishyat Kala, which is Pathita and all that, and Lunga Lakar, Apatishyat, whatever. That those two things are not clear to me. That Anadyatan Bhavishyat Kala, and that is Lut and the Lung Lakar. Can you explain that? Rest is all.
We'll come.
Others. Yeah.
I'll remember this stuff. We'll come to that.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Nataraji, you want to add something?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, it would be what we, if we translate in English, that we will do, anything will come in the USA. But the second thing is what they're saying is doing this, they do that, they are using that also. So that difference I am not able to make out how it is future tense, ma'am.
Okay.
Like I do not understand why they scold you or why you scold us.
In that, yeah.
Yeah, say that take bath early in the morning and do penance. So that concept please explain, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Then let us enter into the lesson. I have more or less some more points to add. Let us see what they are. So, Rit Lakara is Samanya Bhavishyat. We can use it for any Bhavishyat. Okay. Then, what is about to be done in the future? That's there. The Dhatu Ganas don't apply here. Okay. So, we don't have the Vikarana Pratyaya kind of concept which we have for the other Lakara. So, this is the Lakara which doesn't take the Vikarana Pratyaya. Okay. Then, the endings will have interestingly. So the endings will have interestingly the same Titaha Anti Bhagini has added. Okay, the other Lakaras we have seen that the ending changes. Like it becomes tu, tam, antu in the lot, eat, eatam, eetu in the beginning, and adagama coming for the lang lakara and the t getting half, tu, etc. Tu, tam, an. So all these things we have for the other lakara. But here we see that there is ti, tahan. Okay. You don't have to really struggle for the Purusha Pratyaya. Okay, so Purusha Pratyayas will remain same as Lat Lakara. Then Lat Lakara Pratyaya is added before the Ti. Okay, so it's not after Ti that the Shya is added, the Shya or the Sya, whatever is the Lat Lakara Pratyaya that will be added before Ti. Okay, so the formula is X plus Y for our Dhatu plus Pratyaya, where X is Dhatu and Y is the Purusha Pratyaya, and this happens to be the D. Okay, some letter we have to supply. So we supplied D for this. So let it be X plus D plus Y, the formula. It goes thus. So D is equal to Sya or Shya, which is very commonly added Bhavishyat Kala. Okay, Pratyaya. Then there is an Idagama, something called Idagama. So where, please remember that wherever there is the no dhatu gana, okay, the condition of no dhatu gana occurs, there the idagama and the second kind of dhatu vibhaga appear. Okay, so rit is a samanya bhavishyat, it's a samanya pratyaya, and we see that there are more than one pratyaya being added. I mean, it works with multiple pratyayas also. We'll see how. Okay, we'll see how. Be carefully following from here. Okay, so there is a karmani rit lakar. There is a bhavishyat kala with karmani also. Okay, rit plus karmani is possible. That means karmani is kriyate, kriyate, kriyante, all that. So this will be taken as karishyate kind of termination. Okay, or okay, and then it also works with the sopasarga dhatus. I mean, upasarga has nothing to do anyway, except for adagama pratyayas, it doesn't affect much whenever upasarga is added. Okay, it's going to remain neutral. It only will interact with the dhatu's head part. The left part of the dhatu is affected by the right part of the upasarga. That's all. That no, nothing else happens. Only in the adagama pratyayas it happens that there is some, I don't say disturbance, but there is some change. In the rit lakara, luckily, it has nothing to do with that part of the happening. But rit lakara can occur with sopasarga dhatus as well. Okay. Then there is a karmani niche. Okay, there is a plain niche. Okay, niche is preranarthaka. So there is a bhavishyat arthaka with the preranarthaka. Okay. So this is possible. We will see that shortly. And niche also. Niche can be plain. And then karmani niche also is possible. Niche with karmani. Preranarthaka with karmani. Okay, we'll see all that. At least one example, one construction, how it will go, we will just see. Then when the niche is added, then the mula dhatu gets a little change. Here rit should be there. Rit also undergoes. Rit also affects the dhatu form. Okay, the dhatu undergoes some kinds of changes. It's not niche pratyanam yojanatur, it's rit pratyaya. I'll try to change it right now, because if I keep it for the future, it is like a little. So rit pratyanam yojanat purvam, that should be. So there is the chance of atmanepadis, parasmaipadis, etc. That which dhatu is parasmaipadi will take parasmaipadi, and that which is atmanepadi will take atmanepadi terminations. That is it. Now we'll go to the detailed what changes dhatus take. Okay, there are 11 kinds of changes that sthula rupena vaktum. I mean, I don't say this is an exhaustive list again. I apologize that this is not an exhaustive list. And again, I want to give a disclaimer that this is not going to help you remember everything very perfectly, but this will give you an idea into the formations, how they are changing, how they are getting affected. But believe me, there is a principle, there is a pattern. If you try to learn it for the first time, you are going to be bombarded with information. But when you do it for the second time, for the third time, with different pratyayas, then you will see that, this we had done in that pratyaya, no, same thing is happening here. Okay. So that kind of some similarity, some friendship will come. So in the new place you go, you join in the office, you get some good colleagues. Then you see you go to a park, then you see one of your colleagues, say, hey, I know this fellow. Isn't it? Hey, hi, how are you here? And all that. Then we get acquainted with the family. They say, oh, come down to the home sometime. Then we get friends with them. Oh, you stay here nearby. I didn't know that. So all this happens. Same thing happens with language. Okay. So that fellow, that pratyaya comes and he says, oh, don't you know me? I'm that, you read me in that pratyaya. This happening, the cha becoming ka, that happened in that pratyaya. Yes, I remember. Wow, wonderful. So this kind of something will happen. So let us see how it goes with the lit lakana. Okay. So first is samanya. Very plain, very like generally, how you recognize the bhavishya is by ishya. Okay, let us take as ishya only. I'm taking it along with idagama. Okay, then I don't say it's bound to be idagama always, but generally it's idagama. Okay, you all know. Okay, those who don't know about idagama, let me tell one word about it. Idagama is like adagama. Okay, adagama in case of what happened in the lang lakara, every dhatu would have a a in the beginning. Like gachati, when it wanted to change to lang, it becomes agachat. So there is a coming along, okay, coming along with gam, gach, and it's agachat the form. Like the same way, bhu dhatu will become bhavishyati. Pat dhatu will become patishyati. Pat ishyati, like that. Okay, so samanya rupena patishyati. This is the general bhavishyat, how you come across. Okay. So in the same way, these mostly it goes like that. Mostly dhatus khad, chal, creed, all these have creedishyati, chalishyati, khadishyati kind of formations. Nothing new here. Let us go to the second. Now some dhatus which have the ending, as I told you, when the gana is not considered, then the anta is considered. The dhatus are undergoing a vibhaga that has two major sects. Okay, the Shaiva, the Vaishnava kind of sects are there. Okay, they are like that Varna, Svaranta and Vyanjananta. Okay. Right. So what happens? The Ikaranta dhatu. What will happen with them? Let us see. When the dhatu has the E in the end, it will undergo a guna. Okay, guna plus a shya. So G will become J. Now I don't explain what is guna, what is vriddhi, etc. because we have already done. But still, for those who are newly listening to this class, I really want to do one kind of small, just brushing up. It's the E replaced by A, U replaced by O, R replaced by R, okay, and L replaced by Al, which is not going to happen much. So these are the gunas. It's not the guna sandhi. It is the E becoming A. It's the guna occurrence, the guna phenomena that's happening. So there is a E in the end of G, the J plus E, the anta E, that is going to take one guna effect. Guna effect happens here. Same thing happens with the, okay, other E endings also. Ikaranta means E both. So Kshi will become Ksheshyati, Ni will become Neshyati, and so on. Okay. Then the third kind, Rikaranta. What will happen to Rukaranta? It will also take guna plus ishya. So for example, Dhru is there, then Dharati in the lat form, Dharishyati in the lit form. What we need to forget is the lat form. Please forget about it. Don't even remember it. But just to recognize that, okay, dharishyati is the future of dharati, that's all. Okay, for that association you can remember. But believe me, the form doesn't have anything to do with the lat lakara at all. Though this lit resembles lat in many ways, see, Pandini was not a fool. Definitely, he was far higher than any average human being, far higher than any intelligent human being. Okay, so he thought of many, many things. And he keeps on surprising you all your life. Entire life you study Ashtadhyayi. Still there is something new you have to learn. Something new you have to discover. He keeps on opening doors like the Saptadwara in the Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha has only 7 doors. But this Pandini Maharshi is going to open so many doors for you. You'll be tired of opening them. You'll be tired of entering them one day. But you will be awed. You will be like surprised. It will always come along that feeling. Anyway, okay, so nothing to do with the lat form. As far as the rupam is concerned, I'm not telling about meaning. I am telling about rupam, dharishyati. So don't be drawn away by the lat forms, please. Mostly they have no connection, mostly. So let's not worry. It's just to recognize that, okay, this is the lat form, this is the rit form, that's all. Don't try to draw any parallels, try to seek any help from the lat form, okay? So in the same way, sru, smru, ru, etc. Sarishyati, smarishyati, harishyati, etc. Now the ukarantas. What will happen to ukarantas? The same, guna plus ishya. Now what is the guna for u? It's o. Okay. Who has o? So stoshyati. So if you say stauti, you will definitely be drawn by two. You will be tempted to say stavishyati or something. That's why don't go to that. This form, this fellow will come in between your understanding. This fellow will definitely cause some disturbance in you. He'll mislead you. So don't go to him. Go to direct. So this is a very wonderful way of remembering. So ukarantas will take guna plus ishya. So ukaranta will have guna for o. So stoshyati, direct dhatu you take. Same way dru droshyati, shru shroshyati. Then the idupadhas. Now we'll go to the vyanjanantas. You know the vyanjanantas are always taken by their ending. No way. We are not touching the ending at all. Okay, but sometimes we do. In this case, we have some dhatus which will end with so and so consonant will be affected by root in so and so form. So we do have something to do with the ending, but not in all vyanjana endings. So vyanjana endings are two kinds. One place where the vyanjana, the ending vyanjana is affecting the process. The second is when the upadha ach will be affecting the process. Okay, the upadha ach will be affecting. So can any one of you, I'm allowing others to talk, just give me a few moments. So new people have entered. I'm just trying to give them the microphone option. Okay. Yes, I think I have one moment, some more moments. Okay, so please tell me what is upadha? Anyone can raise hands and tell me.
Upada is the last letter before the penultimate letter.
Penultimate vowel. Okay,
So
penultimate.
so lik in this case is the upada before the kakara.
Okay. So that the penultimate. In case of dhatus, there are only almost ekach dhatus, almost. Okay, there are only anekach dhatus are not there. Ekach means one ach is there.
One ach.
Whenever you say upadach, it will be that one ach, one single bechara ach that will undergo all the changes. Okay. So what does this rule say? You are going to have a guna for the it upadha, the ikara, okay, ikara's upadha will have only a short e. Meanwhile, it's not e as in the case of anta. Anta will take e both, but here upadha will take only short e. So lik will have lekhishyati. The guna will be there, and there is also an idagma. Okay, lekhishyati. Ishya, as I told, ishya. I've added ishya deliberately so that you will not be confused with the idagama is there or not, etc. So it's ishya. Okay. Here did I say? Here I said shya. That is this one. Okay. Here I said ishya. Here I said shya. Okay. So please remember that. So in the same way, kleshishya. Okay. So like that. Then udupadha. What happens to the ut? Again guna plus ishya. Okay, budh will become bodhishyati. Yeah.
It's very interesting, Bhagini. This is really very good refresher for me. It's very exciting to listen to it.
So this I took from the Sarala Samskrita Sarani. It's not my own thought. Definitely, I want to introduce that book to you from Aravinda Ashrama, Pondicherry, Puducherry. They have like lot time before they printed this book, and they don't explain anything. They just give you, go on giving you that vibhaga patterns and all. So I really liked it. I learned a lot from that book, and that's why I said like it's more about some memory technique, some pattern technique, and some hard work technique, all working together. So if you sit with them, do friendship with them and work out, it will help. So it's Sarala Samskrita Sarani. It is in two vibhagas, two parts, okay? Like that.
Bhagini, kuppyati va kopati va?
Kopishyati.
Which gana does it come? You are asking about, no, you are asking about lat lakara form?
Both, Bhagini. Kuppyati va kimasti anantaram kopishyati evam agachati va?
No. What is your question? Which lakara? If it is lat lakara, then it is fourth gana. It will take kuppyati. If the question is about rit lakara, then it has nothing to do with gana, and we will take the udupadha. It's ut upadha. So it will become guna plus ishya. This is the formula for that. That formula will run differently. This formula will run differently.
Okay. Rit lakare kopishyati agachati va?
Rit lakara will have kopishyati because this is the formula guna plus ishya. Okay.
Lubh dhatu lobhati va? Lobhati lobhishyati. Rud roditi rodishyati.
Right.
Astu Bhagini, dhanyawada.
So roditi is a saptama gana dhatu. No, sorry, it's a second gana, I think, roditi. So this is not like going to help you in any way in guessing the future forms. This is my experience. With my experience, I am telling you. Okay. Then what happens with rudupadhas? Again, guna plus ishya. Nrit will be nartishyati. In the same way, mrij marjishyati. Vrit vartishyati. Trush tarshishyati kind of formations. Okay. Rudupadhas, where the ru is the upadha, ach is the ru. Okay. Then now we come to the antas. Now the upadha form ended. Mostly it's e, u, r upadhas. Mostly. Okay. So when we have a pattern for that. Okay. The others are going to be affected differently. Okay. The r, dirgha, the e dirgha, and the u dirgha are going to be working differently. Let's come to them later. Anyway, upadha having a dirgha, this thing is a rare occurring. Okay, so let's not worry about that also. So now we will come to what is the ending in the ta, da, pa, bha. Okay, so these will have guna plus sya. Okay, so when the endings are ta, da, pa, bha, now don't say that lubh will have lopsyatiya. That will go into that guna udupadha. Okay, that will be ishya, idagama will be there. But here we are talking about other dhatus which don't take idagama. See, now don't ask me how to know where idagama comes, where not. It's a very difficult question, but I'll give you a very simple answer for that. Question is difficult. That why it's difficult? Because we don't know the basis of which takes idagama, which not. It's a very complicated for all the 2000 dhatus. But there is a way where you can find out. In the dhatu part, I just open it, which says set, they are idagamas, which says anit, they are not idagamas. The idagama doesn't happen. Set, anit, they are the keywords. But again, if the dhatu is set and the pratyaya is not set, then it doesn't happen. When both are set, it happens. When the dhatu is anit and pratyaya is set, then it doesn't happen. All these things will be there. So you have to know a lot of things about it. Okay, so one disclaimer about it, which I said is, there are, this is going to be a little helpful for you in clearing in some areas, okay, but not in all. Okay, so other things. So, like for example, vrit is ta ending also. Now, why is it not vatsyati? It can be vatsyati as well, but it is ishya, vartishyati, because idagama is happening in that case. Okay, so we have to be careful regarding the idagama. That element is going to occur. So when I said this guna plus sya, then with closed eyes we can say there is no idagama happening here, as you observe. Chid is becoming ched. Guna is happening first. Ched. Then the syati is coming. And because the sa doesn't take ta, when sa says da, it says, no, this is not my friend. My friend is ta only. Send that, it says. So then da says, okay, don't cry. I'll send ta for you. It's only my varga only. I don't care. Then the da becomes ta. Then the sya says, oh, now I recognize this fellow. We are friends, and they become friends. Chet syati. That is how the chid has become chet syati, because of that sa sound. Now you can observe, get ready with all the sandhis that are, like when there is no idagama, there is happening sandhi. Okay, this is one more general occurring of the second kind of dhatu vibhaga. In the second kind of dhatu vibhaga, we see that where the idagama is not happening, there the sandhis are bound to happen. And learn to know the pratyaya letter. Pratyaya sound is a sa. Now all things related to sa are going to happen. Now pick up those areas of the sandhis which are going to work. Now sa will come across phalana letter, phalana result happens. It comes, the sa is stable. The sa will come across something, then only it will become like sha, becoming sha also. It's not sha and sya. It's only sya actually. It also changes to sha because of some other like happenings. Okay, it's basically it's a sya. Okay, so with the chid and all, we see that a lot, but with others we don't see because it gets changed. The sha, it changes to sha, etc. Now the bhid will become bhed syati. Tap will become tap syati because pa and sa are friends. Okay, aap syati, aap noti. You know, it becomes to it belongs to the fifth gana. But still it is aap noti. Okay, aap yati. So aap noti. Again, don't be carried away by that and say, okay, it might be aap nusyati or something. No, because gana is not going to occur here. Forget. Just forget that it's the fifth gana. Just remember it's a pa ending and it's going to take guna plus sya, or aap itself is a dirgha. Okay, so don't worry about that. When the idupadha, udupadha, rudupadha are there, then only guna happens. Because the tap has the akara already, and akara is the guna for akara. Okay, for akara, a is the guna itself. So let's not worry about that. When it's e, u, ru, then only those things change. Okay, then the next rule will go. A and I. Now this is another standard happening that happens with all the non-dhatu gana taking pratyayas. Whenever a pratyaya is non-dhatu gana taking, then this thing a becomes all I endings become a. Okay, what happens is there is one standard rule for this. All the pratyayas which don't take dhatu gana are going to change the I ending. A, I, O, O. The four. A, I, O, O. So these four letters ending dhatus will all standardly change to A. For example, so it will become sa. When there is a gai, it becomes ga. Okay. When there is an a ending dhatu, it will remain a ending. Nothing will change there. But when there is I, dhyai, dhyai, you all know dhyanam comes from dhyai. So that dhyai becomes dhya. And all this is going to be standardly happening. Okay. So that
Bhagini, Hrasva Akaranta also becomes Dirgha Aka?
No.
Okay.
No need. It's guna only. It's not vruddhi, isn't it?
Okay.
It's guna. So the dirgha akara. Now this is ending one. The swara ending. Now we are talking about this rule. This is in the dhyai. It is ending with I. So it is ending with O. Like that. Okay. I don't think there are any au ending dhatus. It's like age antas. They are called age anta. A, I, O, O are age. So these age anta dhatus all will change to A, and A endings will remain A. Both are going to take sya. So pasyati, gasyati, sasyati, dhyasyati, all these are going to happen. So glasyati, trasyati, khyasyati, thasyati. Okay. Now,
What's the meaning of glai dhatu?
Glai is glani. You know the word glani?
Glanir bhavati bhutani.
Glanir bhavati bharata. That one. That
Yeah.
Dhyai is the dhyana dhatu. Trai is the trayate mahato bhayat. Okay. So salpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That trayate, that tra dhatu. Okay. Rakshistundi. Oh, sorry. It will protect you. Rakshanik, trai rakshanik, that is the dhatu. Okay. It will become tra. Okay. Next. Now what happens with Varga Panchama Antas? The dhatus with the ending of Varga Panchamas, the nam, okay, etc. And what all? Ram, man, damsh. Damsh will have this is a not ending, but it has a anuswara inside. It is going to be amsya or amshya. Okay, so nam will become the makara will change to don't count this. Okay, nam will the ma in this will change to anuswara and directly syati will come. Nam syati, gam syati. Okay, no, gamishyati. That will have idagama again. That will mam syati. It's not manishyati. It's mam syati. Why is it gamishyati? Because there is an idagama. Okay. So gam is the idagama capable dhatu. That is why it goes to another category. It has nothing to do with this rule. Okay. But nama is a very prasiddha dhatu. We have to make it anuswara. Nam and then syati, nam syati. Simply it will become the clue that bhavishyatarthaka. Man is manyate. Okay. Manyate, manyante. That dhatu, that will become maunsyati. Okay. Maunsyate or. Then damsh will take damshyati, but this should be included in another rule, not here. I have wrongly put it here. Okay. Because it's not ending. The ending is sha. And it next rule comes, I think. Yeah, here is the rule. In this rule it should go. So now there is another rule. Next rule is cha, ja, ha, sha, sha. All these anta and anta dhatus are going to change to ka. Very common rule. This is going to occur for all the non-dhatu gana taking occurrences, pratyas. Okay. This is a non-dhatu gana taking occurrence, very commonly happening. But this is not. This is a specific rit lakara rule. And this is also like the non-dhatu gana taking very common rule. Usually we see that the cha changes to ka. Cho, kuhu. Okay. So that k and shya it will be. Okay, so bhaj will become bhak. And you know, ka is very much friends with shya. Ka comes and changes everything. That is why it's like in the first varga. It's a very dominant letter. Ka letter is very dominant. It's going to be very active, changing everything around. Okay. Some people are there now, whenever they enter the room, they change the vatavaranam. Okay. Either positively or negatively, whatever. Okay. But we like the people who change it positively. We welcome them. Right. So the cha letter, it hits, the cha is like a very submitting letter. I want to write a thesis on this, like how the letters behave. Okay, I am not that very learned in these pratyayas and all this. One day I will try to do that. Okay, so this fellow comes and hits on the cha. He fights cha a lot, ka, but cha is very friendly. He doesn't take it much seriously. He says, okay, it's your ilaka. Go and rule, and it submits. Okay, so the bhaj will become bhak. Okay. So in the same way, the cha ending tyaj.
Bhagini, I have one question. Bhajati stands for something to pray, right? Whereas bhakshyati is eating, isn't it? Am I right?
No, bhakshayati. That is that one. Datamagana dhatu. Bhakshayati is different.
So in this case, bhakshyati stands for future tense of pray.
Future tense of bhaj.
Okay. Dhanyavada.
Tyaj, tyakshyati. So remember that when some of you said some dhatus take kshya, you said tya and shya, and some take kshya. So it's not kshya. The ka happens to be the part of dhatu, not the pratyaya. Okay, so here only the shya part is pratyaya, but this ka, it arised from the ja or the cha of the dhatu. So pach, pakshyati. Daha, dhakshyati, it will again affect the da also. Dhakshyati, drish, drakshyati. The r will become ra somehow. Drakshyati. So drish, the sh has become the ka. In the same way, damsh is going to become damkshyati. So the dam ka, damk, it has become damsh will become damk, and the shyati will be added to the damkshyati. So at this point, I will again reiterate one important rule. Be careful about the Anupurvi. Always count on your knowledge of the Anupurvi. Very much depend upon it. Okay. Be aware of the letters that comprise that word. That comprising point is very important. Otherwise, you will miss it in the same way. I say, like dam kshyati, you will think that, okay, dam is the dhatu part, kshyati is the pratyaya part. No, dank is the dhatu part, shyati is the pratyaya part. Okay? Yeah, please ask your doubt, Nataraji.
Ma'am, for tyaj and pach, what will happen, ma'am? The cha will...
Cha will become...
Once more.
Yeah. Ja and ka. Cha will become ka.
So what will be the form, ma'am?
Tyakshyati.
Traksha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyakshyati, pakshyati.
Pakshyati. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Bhagini, Dalish will come in 11 points.
That will come in 11 point. Yes, that's what I said. I'll change it. Okay. The damsh I will change. It's a mistake from me. I was led away by that Anuswara thing, but it comes into this rule. Now, we'll go to the next point of the niche. Now we'll go to the Swapasargakas. Oh, sorry, next part of the writ, Swapasargaka and the writ, how it works, and niche and the writ, how they work. Let us see. So the upasargas are added at the left of the dhatu. Okay. So that is Z. Z plus X plus Y was the formula we took for the upasargas. Okay. I wanted Z because it's a very stable letter at the end of the alphabet. It doesn't have many sounds also except zebra or zero something. We don't have much Z happening. So it is like, that's why I put it for upasargas. It's not going to affect the pratyas at all. So Z plus X is this complex has formed. Then comes the niche and then the purusha pratyaya. Okay. So for example, so this is the upasarga plus dhatu plus lut plus purusha pratyaya. So it's by yadha prabhavishyati. So bhu dhatu will take bhavishyati and pra will be added. Okay. So pra is the upasarga, bhu is the dhatu, ishya is something lut, and ti is the purusha pratyaya. This is how it's formed. Then the niche will take the parasmaipade and atmanepade. Sometimes it can be te also. Okay. So because the niche by rule can take atmanepade and parasmaipade. Niche is that some kind of a pratyaya which entertains both simultaneously. Both. Prarthayati, prarthayate. Both are, the dashamagana dhatus are ubhayapadis by nature. That is why niche rupas have both. So whenever it's even the bhavishyat kala, it doesn't affect that. It doesn't go in contrast with that rule. So we are going to have atmanepadi and parasmaipadi as far as I am aware. Okay. Excuse me if this rule goes wrong somewhere. As far as I have seen, yes, it works. Okay. So the formula is x plus b plus d plus y. So where x is the dhatu, b is the this one niche, d is the rit, and y is the purusha pratyaya. So niche plus rit complex. Okay. So how it goes? Bhavayishyati, bhavayishyate. It goes like that. Bhavishyati, bhavayishyati. Karishyati, karayishyati. Chalishyati, chalayishyati. Like that. Now you see, okay. So the T, once the T is introduced, then we'll have taha, ante, si, tha, tha, mi, vaha, maha. That's common. I am telling you only T form. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have other forms. T is the representative of all the 9 forms that are going to follow. Okay. So this is the next thing with the bhavishyat kala. So first is the upasarga added plain dhatu. Upasarga plus plain dhatu. Now this is not upasarga but dhatu, plain dhatu plus niche. So niche complex. Niche and lit complex. Okay. So niche is first added, lit is next added. I mean, I want the student, when the student reads a word, see, dhatus and pratyayas don't come in the language when we speak. Okay. So I am not going to say, I, future tense, come. I don't say that. I say I will come. There is a will. But the grammar will tell you that will is a future tense. I don't say I, future tense, come. I, past tense, come. That means I already came. I, past tense, come. I don't say that. I say I came. Isn't it? So when these words come to you, they don't give you any information. They don't. They don't tell you that, oh, I am upasarga, hello, I am future tense, hariom. It doesn't say. It's we have to find out. Which fellows are there sitting in that complex, in that room, we don't know anybody. It's like we are standing in front of that interview panel, everybody is sitting. Even when we know them, we don't recognize them. You know, we are in so much tension. Same thing happens. So many people sitting, they're asking bombarding questions. Somebody is only observing you, what will how this fellow is moving, he's looking there. 10 times he looked on the east, 5 times he looked on the west, he'll keep on noting. Okay. So all this same thing will happen with you. Okay, when you come across these words, same thing is going to happen. Don't be baffled. You know how to, it's like a computer coding, encoded. Okay, lot of information encoded into that word. Open that codes. And you will get what it is there. Okay. Now we see bhava ishyati. You know ti. Get away with y. Okay, this is something to do with the purusha pratyaya. Gone. Shya. You saw, oh, this is bhavishyat. We know this fellow. Wonderful. Hey, this auntie, I know she stays there. I saw her there. So she is one of the panel members. We are happy. Okay. Then there is a idagama. Ishya. Oh, idagama happens to this dhatu. Fine. Now let us see what is the Dhatu. Dhatu is like bhava. When we saw, bhava has something to do with bhu because there is no other dhatu very near to that. Okay. So fine, we can with closed eyes, we can say, okay, bhava has bhu. Wonderful. So how did it become bhava? It becomes bhava by nich. Oh, now we decode. There is a bhu dhatu, there is a nich, there is a idagama, there is a lit lakara, there is a purusha. This is how we have to do the operation. We have to be a like surgery expert, okay, to do this. Okay. So like a doctor is not worried. They say, oh doctor, I have a lot of pain in my stomach. He is very clear. He doesn't have to work with my head. He doesn't have to work with my hands. He doesn't have to work with my legs, ears, nose. So many are like excluded when I have stomach in the pain. He says, no, sorry, pain in the stomach. Okay, so he says, oh, now the stomach is the only place. So it has to do something with eating. Now he'll start asking me questions about eating. What did you eat yesterday? Why did the pain come? Did you do this? Did you drink a lot of water? So all this same thing will happen with this. Okay, so where it is coming from? Let us be a doctor. Let us be a like expert of coding, like a computer coder says. Okay, like that. Yeah. Your questions. You want to ask some questions?
Yes. What do you mean by Richi Rupani?
Nich is Preranarthaka, Bhagini. Preranarthaka nich. We already did it. Karayati, Bhavayati, all those.
In Bhava Karmano Roop.
No. That is not Bhava Karmanoho. Bhava Karmanoha, nich. No. Nich is like Karayati, Karoti, Karayati. Causal. Okay. Okay, wow, you should have asked it earlier, isn't it? Like you don't know nich, I thought you know it.
No.
Yeah. Nich is like Karayati, like that form. To make, to do, okay? You are doing yourself and you are making it done by somebody. Okay, Payayati, Khadayati. You are eating and you are feeding, then it's Khadayati. Like that.
Again, I have a question in Lakarasya Swarupam. Gnasyati falls under what category?
You tell me. We have seen all the categories. I'll again put that page on.
I thought it's in under the 9th one, A Karantakam.
Yes,
but
Nya Dhatu is Akaranta. That's why Syati, Nyasyati.
Oh, Akaranta, right? Na is Dhatu. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's why, because you are led away by Janati maybe. The Lat Lakara Rupa is Janati, which has nothing to do with Nya. It changes a lot of things. So that's why I say don't be carried away by the Lat forms. Keep the Lat forms away. When you think about it, please think only about it. Take it up. A lot of people combine them. For that habit, I just happened to combine, but I didn't want to keep this fellow here. That Lat fellow I wanted to throw away. I didn't want him to be here around. When he is around, he is going to influence you. So don't keep him around. Nya is the dhatu. You want a root form, put syati, that's all. It's an I ending, it will go by 9th rule, that's all. So be comfortable, okay?
Got it. Dhanyavada.
Bhagini, when did we do this rich Rupani?
Nich is like when we want to use causal Bhagini, like karoti, karayati, like that.
If there was no rich, then it would have been bhavishyati and bhavishyate.
Yes, bhavishyati is normal rut lakara. Normal rut lakara. But bhavayishyate is he will make it do. Like karishyati, karayishyati. He will make it done by somebody else. Like that. Causal.
Ma'am, that this thing again, make and make it do. Something in English can you just
do and make do.
Pathati pathayati, hello.
Pathati pathayati, gacchati gamayati. Like you go, you send somebody. Like that. You eat, you feed.
Oh, okay. Good.
So feed is the causal.
So it's a general, all nijantas are for causal forms, correct?
Nijantas are causals. I thought you knew this. That's why I introduced that.
Madam, patayishyati is correct, madam?
Patayishyati, yes. Patishyati,
Oh.
patayishyati. Correct.
Patayishyati. Okay, madam.
So
Lekhishyati, lekhayishyati.
Yes. So that
So
is
for-
bhavishya plus prerana.
Yeah, bhavishyat and prerana.
Patishyati will mean he will be teaching. He will be taught.
Gayati. He will be teaching is correct. Patishyati,
teach.
patayishyati.
He will be teaching.
Yes. He will be
So,
making like that.
Bhagini, Vateshiti is more like making a child to study as against teaching. Doesn't it make sense?
Yes, yes. That's what. I mean, teaching is making learn. Again, there is a making in that, but we have a separate dhatu for that. That's why we don't realize it's causal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Vateshiti is more like somebody doesn't want to do it, make them do it. So,
Yes, yes. Something like making the child do the learning, making the child do the reading. That is patishya.
same thing. So it's like managing them to do it as against teaching is slightly different, right?
Right.
Okay. Like you are teaching, but you are not making us to do it. Right? That's it.
True. They are two different things. Thank you.
Right.
Correct. This is right. So teaching has a separate dhatu. Anyway.
Gai dhatu?
Which rule you only tell?
Gai dhatu.
Yeah. Which rule it will go?
Ninth one, huh?
Same ninth rule. I, au,
Gayayati.
Gaya ishyati, something like that it will become. Gayishyati or gayayi. Gayayi is not possible. I think gayishyati it will become. I don't know the niche effect of it. Okay. So what I am very sure I have put that example here. I just want you to know that there is some kind of construction which happens like this. Okay. Hope I am not confusing you. The idea is clear till now.
It's not confusing. There are some exceptions, so we cannot generalize sometimes. So
Yes. Make do. Please remember it. Don't get to like send dhatu is there. Send to send. To send does not have that causalness sense coming into us. So make go. If you say like that, you will have that causal sense. That is the only place. Okay. You go yourself, you send somebody instead of you. So that is the causal only. Presha dhatu is there. But there is a direct dhatu for that. That's why we are not worried. So gamayati. Gachati gamayati. Like that. So gamayishyati.
Khadishyati.
Khadayishyati.
Make the child eat.
Make the child eat.
He will eat. Kadishyati. Khadayishyati will be he will make eat. Like that. As far as I know, that's what I said.
Bhagini, gai dhatoho gayati gapayati khalu.
Gapayati va? Gayayati, gapayati. Both are there.
Gapayati.
Some have exceptional forms. Yeah, both forms are there. Gayati, gapayati. Bhayayati, bhapayati, bhishayati. For that, three are there.
Gapayati has the niche form.
Niche form is gapayati. Gayayati is also there. Okay. So we'll have a separate
Lit form will be guy.
Lit
niche.
Gasyati. Gapayishyati.
Gasyati.
No, but with niche it will be
normal.
Gayishyati.
Gayayati, gayayishyati, like that it will become. Or gapayishyati. If it is gapayati, gapayishyati. Like that. Okay. So he will make him sing. He will make somebody sing. Like that. He will sing gasyati. He will make somebody sing gapayishyati or gayayishyati. Like that. Okay. Fine. So let us go to the sopasargaka and niche with lit. Okay. So there is a upasarga, there is a niche, there is a lit, and then purusha pratyaya. So it is like prabhava ishyati. Simple. We have just added a upasarga to the previous construction. We just added a upasarga additionally. That's all. Okay. upabhavayishyati, prabhavayishyati, sambhavayishyati, te, like that. Okay. Then there are also the Rit and the Shatru Shanach. Okay. Shatru Shanach, you remember? That Chat, like that. And okay. So there is a like that Chat is the Shatru form, and Shanach, Mana, Ana, Mana, etc. for that. So that is also is going to have a Bhavishyat Kala, like Bhavishyan, Karishyan, kind of. And then Vardhishyamana. Okay, something which is happening continuously, and we are referring it to the future tense. Okay, so the present continuous in the future. This is also a possible form. Okay. Yeah.
Bhagini is so much in the course, it is becoming too much.
So I just wanted to give you information about all things around the niche. If it's heavy, I stop it right here. I don't think I have much. And then one more is there. Okay, I'll drop it. Just one more point.
Please.
No, let us stop it. If it's heavy, I don't want to continue. Anyway, time is also up. So let me stop it here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like the example you gave for the people starting to work after a few times, they become, so this has to be, go back and regurgitate a few times before you get everything in place.
Yeah. So as I told you, like I was giving you something more than the course. We had agreed on that. That's why I was giving you this information. If it is like really,
that's perfectly fine.
Really, it's very good, madam. Really good.
Madam, this only will help you for studying the text easily.
Because when you are given more, then you will not be confused with the less things. When they are less, now you are having already more knowledge. You will associate it with the lesser things very easily. That's my formula. I thought I'll be doing that. So
Madam, please continue. Madam, please continue giving more, madam.
Bhagini, we have been studying Sanskrit.
Madam,
please continue and complete it, madam. Very heavy.
Madam, please continue and complete it.
कृपया एतावदेव पाठयतु भगिनी बहु सम्यक् अस्ति.
Oh, okay.
I also want to continue it, madam, same way.
Okay. So only one point just was there. If I'll tell them that they will complete from my side, that I have given you everything about the Bhavishyat Kala.
Okay, madam. Okay.
अस्तु भगिनी, चिन्ता मास्तु, पाठयतु भगिनी.
Only this much. I am not going to be like, okay, how will you see? There is a Bhavishyat. Okay, apart from this book, you are going to come across these things when they are possible in Sanskrit. Then you are going to come across somewhere. I thought and just added. Okay.
By practice, we'll get right.
Yes.
This is all very good information, Bhagini. This helps really good.
Yeah. So I was sure we are going by the formula. This I am giving you first. So I thought the elements will be clear for you, and I was going ahead. Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Can I see the last slide, Bhagini?
Yes. This one. This
no,
one.
the one before this. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One second. I just want.
Okay. This is the Shatru and Shanach taking the Bhavishyat Kala, right? And the Shatru will be for the Parasmaipada Dhatus, the Shanach will be for the Atmanepada Dhatus, and you will definitely see this Shya or Sya happening there. Okay. So when you see this termination and when you see this element, then you recognize, oh, this is something to do with the future and present continuity. Okay. There you will remember it. Recognize it. Okay.
This can also, Bhagini, this can also have a niche possibility. Bhavishyan.
I restrain myself from saying it. Yes, niche is also possible. So with this, in the Shatru Shanach lesson, I think we did it, or if we didn't do, then yes, it is possible. It's a niche. So Bhavishyan or Bhavishyan, it will become. Okay. So whatever it is going to become, it's not important, like whether you are able to recognize that element or not. What is there? If we carefully see, observe, then we will recognize. That's the only aim which I'm teaching this point. Okay. So Sanskrit should not scare you. People say that there are a lot of things. It's not simple. So in English, you say, I will go, I am going. It's a very simple language, we'll pick up very easily. Bhavishyamana, vardishyamana. What is that? Then we will not recognize. Even karmani is there, The karmani, niche, again, with Chatushanach also karmani is there. So with all that, it becomes very complicated, but this formula, what elements, what sounds, what pattern, order, done. You got your all the things operated, you have the information out. That is the, like, I'm not teaching Sanskrit. I'm not teaching Sanskrit as a language. People object to that after listening to your classes, we can't even say one sentence. What is the use? They tell me very directly. But I'm not here to tell you the spoken Sanskrit. I'm not made to make you running Sanskrit sentences. I want you to see the construction of the language. My more I concentrate on the structure of the language. If you become easy with that structure, later all things you can develop yourself. You don't need a teacher also for that. With all the koshas in hand, with all the formulas in your head, you can just work wonders with it. And I'm very much sure. Okay.
This really is a good teaching method, madam. We want subject to learn.
Okay, anyway, okay, so we'll complete it without making this thing. I'll try to just say one more element is there with the niche. It is karmani or bhave. With the akarmaka dhatus, it is going to be the bhave. With the sakarmaka dhatus, it's going to be karmani. So these are the two things which will be taking the lit lakara with the karmani. So karmani is I'll tell you the examples, then it will be easy. Bhavishyate, karishyate. So with the niche also, bhave, okay, this is not the example, right? Example, I will tell you. Karyate, isn't it? Karyate, karishyate. Yeah, that is it. Karyate, is it? Kriyate, okay, kriyate is the karmani, normal karmani. Kriyate, karoti, kriyate. That is the normal active and passive. So karyate is the niche, karishyate. So with the niche I made it. Okay. Bhavishyate, karishyate. So these are with karmani, with the niche in the lit. Okay. So this is a little more complicated idea. Anyway, we don't go to that level, but just to tell it, the elements present. Sorry. So what will be this one? The plain karmani with the niche. Kriyate, karishyate only. Karishyate only. This will be there. Kriyate, karishyate. Okay. So by him, it will be done. So karishyate. Karyam karishyate. He will do no. It will be done by him. So that is karishyate.
Vandishyate.
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 Vandishyate, isn't it? Vandyate, vandishyate. That is what? Vandyate is the karmani. Vandishyate. Like that. I think. Okay. Shyate. Yes. Idagama will come with the bhavishyat, and the karmani element, one thing drops away. One niche drops away at that point. So that is one grammatical happening. Okay. So for here, I want to be careful here, because I'm not giving you enough examples, and I didn't have an exhaustive checkup with this kind of construction. But this is the construction possible for now, for this lesson, for your level. Let me, subdue it to this point that it is possible construction. Okay, so the idea, please take karmani idea with the niche, with the lit. Karmani with lit, one idea. Karmani with the niche and lit, second idea. So two ideas I have told you in this slide. Okay, so both are the forms as I told you. What exact form will be there? I don't have an exhaustive list made out. These lists were it will be very big challenge to make these lists. Okay. So for at least one or two dhatus, if we know, we'll be happy. Yeah. So by this, I stop my.
Yatish.
Yat. So yat yatate, yatyate, isn't it? Yatyate will be the karmani, and yat yatyate will be the future. Yatishyate maybe will be the karmani and nich. Karmani and sorry, lit. Karmani plus lit. Yatishyate maybe. Yat. Yat is the Atmanepada. So te will be the ending. That will retain. The Atmanepada, Parasmapada will retain in the lit. In the lit it will retain. In the nich also it will retain, but nich ending we are not taking here. We are taking lit ending here. Bhavishyat ending we are taking. Okay. Right. Termination. The Purusha Pratyaya will be that. Well, so let me just revise what we have done today. We have just done the Bhavishyat Kala presentation on the a few concepts on the Bhavishyat Kala. We understood the formula. The main basic formula is the Dhatu plus Rit Lakara plus Purusha Pratyaya. And then we saw how many areas it's going to be working out, like niche area, Sopasargaka area, Karmani area, and Karmani with combinations of again niche, etc. And then Shatrushanach that I didn't write here. Shatrushanach with Rit, with niche, with Karmani also. Okay. Excuse me, please mute yourself. Sounds are coming. Really sorry. Yeah. So then we discussed that this is not going to take the Dhatu Gana. So there is no prastava of the this one Gana Pratyaya at all. We are going to have the second kind of the Dhatu Vibhaga that we discussed, where the ending matters. The Dhatu ending matters. Okay. So there we discussed 11 points, which I took from the Sarala Samskrita Sarani, Puducherry's publication, Arvind Ashramas. So they have given the Vibhagas not in this detail, but I just made this formula I made. From seeing those forms, I made this formula. So Ikarantas, Rikarantas, Ukarantas take the Guna plus Ishya and Shya here. Okay. So the Rikaranta will get the Idagama, but the Ikaranta, Ukaranta will not get the Idagama. Then the Idu Upadha. Then we came to the ending, the Vyanjanantas, where we have the Guna happening with Idagama. Okay. Then we took Udupadhas, then Rudupadhas. Then we took the Vyanjanantas, Ta, Da, Pa, Bha, taking one kind of this one, Guna plus Sya. Then again, excluding the Idagamas. Idagama Dhatu will go to the first form. It will go back to the first form. Okay, then we saw that all the A and Ajantas will become A endings. Okay, then we took the Varga Panchamantas, taking the Anuswara. Then the Cha, Ja, Ha, Sha, Sa, they taking into the Ka, they changing into the Ka. Then we came to the complexer formulas, where the Sopasargaka with Rit, Sopasargaka with Nich and Rit separately. Okay, this way we saw. Then Shatrushanach, Sopasargaka plus Nich. Then Shatrusanacha plus Rit and plus Nich and Rit. So both we saw. Then we came to Karmani Bhave. We saw the Karmani Bhave plus Rit. Okay. So it can also include a niche. Karmani Bhave with niche also can be there. So I just gave you an outlook. Until now, I did not give you exclusive Rupas. All the Rupas I didn't study. I myself have to concentrate. Many grammatical processes are there. But I wanted you to go into that cave where you are afraid to go, where we think there is a tiger inside. Maybe it will eat us away. There is no tiger. There is only a cave. It's a Bhartrahari cave. In that Ujjain, we go inside. There are cave inside, cave inside, cave inside. When we go inside, we see a Shivalinga. A Shivalinga is very sacred. Oh, we came this inside. Shiva is there. We just pray him. Oh, Bhartrahari sat here and did the puja. So that cave is very scary. But the Bhartrahari cave is very safe, very happy. So I wanted you to go inside the cave. It's very difficult to go inside the cave. Okay, but it's a very wonderful experience. Sanskrit is like that. I just wanted you to have it. And I apologize to every student who felt a little heavy about it. So please take it away. So for you, what is concerned is still only here. Okay, till this here, you are safe. Okay, so only the niche forms, only the writ forms came till here. After that, you even if you don't understand a single word, it's not necessary. Okay, don't worry about that. Until here you understood, that's enough. Okay.
Bhagini, that Atmapadi form which you told us, is that that the form is for Ubhayapadi dhatus, or is it for any dhatu?
I didn't understand. This one Karmani Bhavya.
This is for Ubhayapadi dhatus?
No. It will Karmani Bhavya will always go into the te terminations. That's all. It will be always te.
Bhagini, yatate asti khalu lritlakare yatishyati va yatsyati va?
Lritlakare yatishyate.
Yatishyate.
Then the bhave form will be yatayishyate.
Yata. Yeah, with the niche it will become yata, correct?
Yatayishyate.
Yata, right. Karmani will take yatamana, isn't it? Yatyamana or no. Karmani, no, that's shanach, isn't it? Yatyate.
Yeah.
It will take yatyate. Right. So like that.
Yatamanaha.
Yatamana is shanach. Yatamana is shanach and yatyamana is karmani shanach. Isn't? There is one more element, karmani shanach. Actually, when I was studying, I came across these forms. It's not out of blue that I am giving you all these imaginary forms and all. I came across them. I fought with them. It is a little difficult when we come across complex forms. We have to have the ability to see them separately along with these formula lines, along with these but there is a pattern. I want you to see the pattern, get very not scared when you see such forms. That is the only aim of this lesson today. Okay. So, yeah. Some questions later.
Madam?
Yeah.
One request, madam, if everybody agrees.
Yeah. Yes.
No, we have seen Sakarmaka Dhatu, Akarmaka Dhatu. In last year in Dvidiya, in Gauhu lesson, there was one Dhatu, Dukhyati or something is, madam. The sir told it is Dvikarmaka.
Okay.
So whenever you get time, 5 minutes, can you explain me? Whenever next, before completing Dvikarmaka, Sakarmaka, Akarmaka, Dvikarmaka.
Okay. Dvikarmaka, I have a presentation. I will tell you.
Please,
okay?
madam. If everybody agrees, I want to know that one, madam. Yes.
Fine. Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yeah. And
what is the difference between bhavishyate and bhavishyate?
So there are two forms. I saw in that this one and wrote it. Karmani bhave with the niche. So it's going to have both forms.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And maybe the niche is also.
Meaning is same. Meaning will be the same.
Yes, meaning will be the same. And this form also has a niche sometimes. Because one niche falls off. When there is double niche, one niche falls off or something like that. When the vriddhi has happened, so there is some other rule coming in between in this. Okay. So both are same for this. I saw it and wrote. Okay. In the for rupas I saw and well. So you want Vikarmaka presentation? I will give it. No problem. Only few lessons are left, not much are left for us. Okay, so we will try to complete it. I actually was in a fix whether to go along with this or do the next lesson and first complete your syllabus, and then if we have time, then we will see all that I thought. But we will try. We will if like first next preference we will give only to the translations. We'll complete it and then we will see whatever extra concept learning that we will do later.
4 classes.
4 classes are left. Yeah. Now we reached 45th class. 4 classes and 5th will be the closure. I'll request for 1 or 2 more classes if we need it at all. Okay, I will see.
Mahodaya, can you please show the first slide again?
First slide. Yeah, you requested in the question answers. I just saw it. First slide means this one. You want this one?
Yes, the very first one.
Very first one. Yeah, this.
Thank you.
Well, about that question on the lung lakara and the other rung lakara. Oh, isn't it? Lung is samanya bhuta and rung is this one. It is the combination of rit and lung. That is interesting point. Okay. So I'll tell you first about lung. Lung is samanya bhuta, which has a little like avadit, like that forms are. Vad dhatu, I know, avadit, some kind of, and it has several forms, not one form. So, you know, for samanya bhuta, there are 7 different formations of the same single pratyaya. Single lung pratyaya is going to take 7 different forms, which is a little difficult. That's why we drop it. It's only samanya bhuta only. It has nothing more to add. If I say avadit, it's nothing different from avadat. Okay. Except that you can use it all the time for any kind of past tense, you can use it. Okay. And coming to ring lakara, it's not future tense as it is put in every place. It's a yadyarthaka, if conditional. Okay. What is if conditional? It is neither kala nor, I mean, it's neither present tense nor past tense nor future tense. It's not a tends to be very serious. It is a conditional sense where you assume something and say that if this happens, then that will happen. That means nothing happened. If you study well, you will pass in the exams. This is the standard example that I give, and it's very easy to understand also. Like if you will study well, then only you will pass. If you will not study well, you will fail. So neither the person has studied well nor the pass or fail happened. It is only that if you study well, you will pass. That is a conditional tense. So that is given by the ring lakara. So the ring form has abhavishyat, isn't it? That is the form of it. If we study, it's a combination of abhavat and bhavishyati. Rit has bhavishyati and lung has abhavat. If you observe closely, it's abhavishyat. So rit and ring. Okay, ring and rit combined will become ring. Okay, so there you will have very much ease. But this is a very rare occurrence in Sanskrit. I didn't come across this form, this lakara much of the times. It's just, I mean, just there as a part of lakaras. No, not much usage.
Bhagini, you said the condition. The condition is going to be in the future. So the condition is in the future. If that happens, then in the future, after the condition happens, you will get the result. So it's more appropriate to use the future.
If you
right?
look, I will eat. That's the future. Okay, but this is a conditional because it's not even like if I say, okay, let us go. Let me go to the past. If you had studied well, you would have passed now.
Yeah,
so
that's a condition also, but that's a past. But that's a past condition, right?
But we also talk of past in this. We also talk of past in this. If you study well, yeah.
No, okay. In that case, can we use the simple lung lakara? Because had you studied, you would have passed. So should we still use the ring lakara in that case?
Ring lakara for that. We can still use ring lakara. Okay. So that's why I'm not very happy like when they put it into the future, they say it's future directly. I don't agree with that. It's not future. As far as I have seen, it's an assumption. It did not happen, neither it will happen. But we'll say that if this happens, then that happens. That kind of. This is my stance. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but this is my stance. I don't want to confuse you with this thing saying that this is final, but as far as I have observed, this is what I have observed.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Dhanyavada.
Then we will stop the class. If no more doubts are there, I say swasti. Okay.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಭಗಿನಿ.
ధన్యవాదాలు. ధన్యవాదాలు.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु अस्तु शुभमस्तु नमो नमः
ధన్యవాదాలు భగిని.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
భగిని.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
शुभमस्तु
మహోదయ, ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు మేక్ అ స్మాల్ రిక్వెస్ట్. ఈ కోర్స్ తో సంబంధించింది కాదు, మామూలుగా కూడా మీరు ఏదైనా ఒక చిన్న సరళ సంస్కృతం కానీ చిన్న గ్రంథంతో కానీ ఇలా తెలుగులో మీరు ఇలాగ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే పదచ్ఛేదం వాటితో చాలా బాగుంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే మీరు తెలుగులో ఇచ్చిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ నిజంగా మైండ్ లో ఉండిపోతున్నాయి. అసలు నేను మళ్ళీ పుస్తకంలో కూడా చూసుకోక్కర్లేదు. మీరు ఏదైనా ఒక చిన్న కోర్స్ అలా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే వాటికి చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే నిజంగా అది చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. అలాగ నేర్చుకుంటే మీరు చెప్పిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇంతవరకు కోర్సులో, అంటే నేను ఈ పరీక్షకి వెళ్ళట్లే, కానీ నాకు మీరు ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ స్టైల్ ఎంత నచ్చిందంటే నేను కోర్సు రెగ్యులర్ గా అటెండ్ అవుతున్నా. చాలా బాగుంది మేడం, నిజంగా ఎంతో సంతోషంగా ఉంది మీ ఇలాంటి టీచర్ దొరికినందుకు.
సంతోషం. తప్పకుండా నేను మాట్లాడతాను, మీరు కూడా చెప్పండి.
నేను రాస్తాను, వ్యోమాకి రాస్తాను నేను కూడా. చాలా థ్యాంక్ యూ. శుభరాత్రి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.